What the are we doing, bro? Dead ass.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Welcome back, guys. It is your humble host, Super Saiyan X, with another video today. I'm back with another one for the fourth week in a row. Y'all know I got y'all, like I said, so make sure y'all do y'all's part. Hit that like button, comment, and make sure y'all share this video. I'm not even gonna waste no time doing no weak little introduction. Let's just go ahead and get straight in. So as y'all know, and by the way, this is Motor Authority. This is a verified website that we're looking at right now. So as you guys know, I don't have to say anything. It's right here in the title. Nissan has 12 to 14 months to survive as a company, bro, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy considering the fact that Nissan made a lot of innovations throughout its history, but I just feel like those innovations were made way too quickly, if that makes sense. Some of them were actually pretty fire. I mean, like, Nissan was like the first car company to actually have push button start in vehicles that were like regular economy cars. Like 2008 Sentra, bro, had a push button start. Like, you weren't seeing that back in 2008. So like I said, some of these innovations were amazing, others not so much. And today I'm just gonna give my thoughts and opinions on this right here from the consumer's perspective. So we're gonna read through a couple lines of this article, and I'm gonna give you guys how I feel about the situation. So, times are tough at Nissan. The automaker announced plans to lay off approximately 9,000 employees, representing 6.7% of its global workforce, which is crazy. That shit is crazy. And to cut production capacity by 20% due to declining sales. Now look, first, I'm just gonna go ahead and go in on this. I'm not gonna lie. So the declining sales, I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into that, bro. I'm gonna get straight into this declining sales thing. Look, when you are building a sports car or you are building a sports sedan, right? And this is like your flagship before the flagship. Kind of like how Lexus has the IS 500 and then you have the LC 500, you know what I mean? Or the LFA, right? So it's kind of like the precursor to your flagship. So when you have the motor that's a precursor to your flagship motor, and I'm talking about the VR30. The VR30 is absolutely terrible. Not gonna cap. I think it's a great idea. It's a great power plant, and you could build considerable power with that platform. But I really do believe that the VR30 is really, really, really underdeveloped. And the reason I say that is if you talk to most people who actually know about cars, they'll tell you that they will much rather prefer the VQ37, which is a damn near, 15-year-old engine, over the VR30 that came out in 2016, I think. Let's look that up real quick. Make sure I'm not getting that mixed up. Let's go ahead and look this up. December 15th, 2015. So you like I just don't understand it. You guys had a lot of time to develop this engine. It just kind of irritates me at the fact that it has so many problems. So many problems. And this is the VR family. Let's not forget that the Nissan GTR is in the VR family. So you're making the whole family look bad with this terrible motor. And I'm not saying, like I said, the motor's not terrible. It's just the reliability aspect of it. I just don't understand how you had time and even newer technology. You had time and newer technology to develop a better engine, and you somehow flop. I don't understand. There's no reason why turbo should be grenading at 50,000 miles on a brand new Q50. There's no reason for that to be happening. There's honestly no excuse for that. And it's like, I don't know if a recall was offered for that, for this turbo situation, because I have a homeboy right now and his turbos are going out in his Q50. I just like, Nissan, I really don't understand. I don't get it. The VR30 is plagued with problems. I'm talking about like the belt can come off the serpentine. Like, come on, like I feel like this engine just did not get. If you want me to be honest, I feel like this engine just did not get enough testing before they released it to the public. There's no way, because a lot of these problems should have been seen before you release this motor. You know what I mean? Like, this motor should have been in development. And the fact that we are having problems like this, right here, boom. Common issues in the Q60, Q50, and Nissan Z. Keep in mind, the Nissan Z literally just came out. And we're going to talk about that in a second. Don't think I'm running for that. We're going to talk about that in a second. You better believe it. Snapped serpentine belts and failed pulleys. This should not be happening, bro. Period. This should not be happening at all. You know what I mean? This is a brand new motor. This is a new generation motor. Like I said, this is the precursor to the flagship. This is the VR family. And we're having snapped, and that's the #1 common issue. Snapped serpentine belts and failed pulleys. This should not be happening in basically your flagship model, your affordable flagship model. This should not be happening, period. Air-locked heat exchanger and intercooler systems. I don't understand. Failed injectors. Bad turbo seals. Broken ground electrodes and insulators on spark plugs. Rod bearing failure, which I've seen a lot of this on some of you guys' YouTube. I've seen a lot of rod knock on you guys' YouTube. Porous blocks and coolant loss. Mysterious coolant loss is, like, I don't understand how some of this stuff didn't get figured out at the factory before they decided to shove the VR30 in these Q50s. I don't get it. You guys kept the VR38 in the GTR for years, right? Why not just keep the VQ37 VHR in the Q50? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm just baffled right now. I think you guys could have waited to release this motor at least to like the 2020 Q60s or something like that. You know what I mean? I think this was rushed. I think this was a really rushed project, and I don't know. I have personal beef with the VR30 because I feel like this thing could really be a B58 killer. I really feel like it could. But with all these problems right here, you don't get these problems with the B58. And that's a BMW. What are we doing? Seriously, I mean, what are we doing? Enough of dogging on the VR30. Let's talk about the Z. Let's talk about this new Z. I want y'all to see something right now. Check this out. Check this out right here. Okay, they started to mark them down a little bit. They started to mark them down because they realized they weren't selling. But I've been seeing, when these Z's first came out and they first dropped, I've been seeing these things marked up to $60,000. Nobody is buying that, especially with all the issues that are listed on Go Racebox's website. Nobody's buying that for $40,000. Now, if you want to be honest, a much better deal would just to go out and buy a Supra with the B58. You know, so what? It's a reskin Z4. At least you have the reliability and the ability to build way more power than the VR30. I just think that there's no point in this car at all. I just like the Z. There's no point in the Z. There's no point in this car existing whatsoever. Because the only thing that's actually interesting about it, which really isn't even interesting, is the retro styling. If you want me to be honest, it's just a facelifted 370Z. It's a facelifted 370Z, and they're scamming. They're pretty much scamming you because it's literally the same drivetrain as a Q60 Red Sport. Not for half the price, but I mean, with those markups being at 60K like how they were, yes, this would have been half the price of that. There's no point in going and buying a brand new Z when you sell the same car. it makes no sense. Like, make it make sense to me. You're selling the same car. This is a Q50. I'm sorry. But, like right here. And that's way too expensive. I don't know. What? No. I don't know. What the hell? Why is my shit not loading? Check me out. Check me out. Hold on. You feel me? It makes no sense. There's no point in buying the Z when you have something that's cheaper, the same engine, all-wheel drive capability, luxury interior. The Z just does not make sense to me. I feel like it could have been thought out way more than what it was. And honestly, I thought I would be more disappointed with the Integra when it first came out. Because you guys know I used to have an Integra. But I think they actually did a really, really, really great job with the new Acura Integras. This situation, I mean, it's literally just, they just gave a 370Z a facelift and they shoved the drivetrain from the Red Sport into this facelifted 370 and they're selling it to you for $50,000, $60,000. Like, to me, it makes zero sense. And like, I'm a Nissan fan. I really love this brand. You know what I mean? I'm really passionate about it. That's why I'm sitting here getting mad at the camera. Like, I mean, it's just irritating to see stuff like this. You know what I mean? And this is what we get. After all that waiting, this is what we get. This isn't a new car. This is the same old car. This is the same old car that we've been getting for years. I mean, you guys tell me. Now, the next thing on the list is Infiniti. What even is Infiniti anymore? With no more Q50, no more Q60. I mean, what even is it? Honestly, I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do with the brand now. I mean, have you guys seen their Instagram lately? They promote the same car every day, and it's a concept. What are we doing? What, I mean, like, seriously, why would you get rid of the two main models that everyone sees on the road and that everyone knows your brand for? If I ask anyone to name an Infiniti right now, they're going to say a Q60 or a Q50. They're not going to say a QX80. They're not going to say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Nobody's driving that shit. Let's be honest. You can go get a Pathfinder for cheaper and just drive a Pathfinder. It's the same car. Literally the same car. I don't understand what direction they're trying to go with this brand. I really don't know. I have no idea. But I think getting rid of the Q60 and the Q50 was a terrible decision. Was a horrible decision. Instead of coming out with these concept cars and all this bullshit, you could have simply just, okay, go back to the drawing board, revise the VR30, bring out a new model. You got your customers back. I mean, all people want is just a healthy VR30, literally. I mean, I don't understand it. And I don't even drive a VR. You guys those of you who have been subscribed to me, y'all seen that short. I'm gonna try to put it up on this video, but y'all seen that short of that 370Z just shooting flames forever, just holding a rev forever and shooting a flame forever. If you try to do that with the VR30, bro, you're going to break the car. You're gonna break the car. You cannot do that with a VR30, which is sad considering the fact that you can abuse the hell out of a 15-year-old motor, but the motor that just came out will break just off of you daily driving it. Like, and they wonder why we don't want to buy this shit. I mean, seriously. Another thing, the fact that there's no more GTR. All right, so the GTR has been out for a while. If you guys don't know, a lot of you guys probably do, and I'm talking about the R35. The R35 has been in production for a while, guys. So since 2007, it is 2024, finna be 2025 in what, a couple weeks, and they still make the GTR. I think that this was Nissan's savior, honestly. This is like the number one example of if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But with more and more companies starting to make cars faster and faster and faster and faster, what is it, 600 horsepower? 600 horsepower is not going to cut it anymore. I mean, you can get 600 horsepower in a mom car nowadays. So 565 to 600, I mean, that's nothing. That's nothing. I mean, a Grand Wagoneer has 500 horsepower. I mean, like these were big numbers back in 2007 and up to like 2015, 2014. Yeah, these were big horsepower numbers. But times have changed. Car companies are releasing flagship models with 1,000+ horsepower. These numbers aren't going to cut it anymore. You know what I'm saying? They would have been better off putting a VR38 in the new Z and developing a whole new car. A whole new flagship model. Like I said, this formula was really great. It worked really well. But I really do believe that with the GTR coming to a sunset, it's because this 565 to 600 horsepower range is not going to cut it, especially for what they're asking, price-wise, money-wise. I mean, you can get a Hellcat 797, or that's a red eye, sorry, 797 horsepower, probably cheaper than that. 707 horsepower, you can get it cheaper than that. And so what? It's not all-wheel drive. So what? It's not whatever. But you guys got to understand. Car companies are developing faster and faster vehicles. This is Nissan's flagship model. Back then, this was a ton of horsepower. Back then, this is fast as hell from the factory. You know what I'm saying? But people aren't going to buy the same car that you sold back in 2011 with a facelift. Nobody's going to buy that. I don't care what kind of names, premium, Skyline, T-Spec. Bro, it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to buy that shit. Especially if it only goes up to 600 horsepower. That means the Nismo's 600 horsepower. Nobody's buying that. And another thing, let's talk about Nismo as well. Nismo, what are we doing? I mean, seriously, what are we doing? You guys can slap a Nismo badge on anything that's not a car that people actually care about. I mean, like, I commented on Nissan's Instagram and I said, you guys missed a chance to do a Nismo Maxima and completely blow everybody out of the sports sedan market. They could have killed it. They had the perfect platform, the perfect opportunity, and they just missed. They missed because they're too busy doing Nismo Juke. Like, who? I've never seen it. I've only seen it like 3 Nismo Jukes ever in person, ever. We were doing things like this. What is this? What is this? People barely even bought this shit in the first place, and you're gonna make a Nismo version of that? I mean, I feel like this is just a joke. This is like Dodge making an SRT Avenger. Nobody's gonna buy that. I mean, like, I think you guys could have took this nameplate, because this nameplate has a lot of heritage. For you guys to slap this on an SUV, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan of the Nismo Juke, and this one too. When they pulled this move, this really made me mad. I don't even know how to spell this car, but this Aria, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? Your brand is dying, and you make a Nismo electric car. I don't think Nissan even understands how much heritage that this nameplate carries in the car community. The fact that you think it's okay to just smack this badge on literally anything but the stuff that people actually want is insane. And like, I know that the Q50 and the Q60 here is called Infinity, obviously. But overseas, you have the Nismo Skyline. That's amazing. That's perfect. You know what I'm saying? But you could have taken that same formula and translated it to America by calling it an IPL Q50 or an IPL Q60. Nobody recognizes the Red Sport nameplate. Nobody's ever seen Red Sport until 2016. Now I guarantee you, if they would have called the Q50 Red Sport the Q50 IPL, which stands for Infinity Performance Line, or the Q60 IPL, these things would have sold way more. And they probably could have charged more too, and people would have bought it because they understand that these nameplates have heritage. What is a red sport? What is red? And what is it a sport? Is it even sport? You know what I'm saying? Like, what even is that? Seriously. And then you're dropping stuff like this and think that we're gonna buy this here in America. And I'm here to give you a newsflash, buddy. Nobody's gonna buy this shit. Like, even this dude says why. I'm wondering the same thing. Why? What is the point? When you had a platform like this. That you kept recycling and recycling and recycling and recycling the same motor. The VQ35DE has been in the Maxima since what, 2007, 2008? Bro, and it's like you copy and paste the same formula, but you're not making anything. You're not, it's like you're there, but you're not there though. You feel me? And I see things like this car really deserved a Nismo badge, I feel like. And the fact that you guys were really trying to sell, I went to go look at one of these at a dealership. That thing was marked up to $45,000 for a Nissan Maxima. My dad had a Charger RT and he didn't even pay near as much as that. And for a car like this, you try to charge me $45,000 for it? Really? Really? I mean, to me, that's just crazy. Now, I could understand if it had the Nismo badge slapped on it and a cool body kit. Bro, you guys were blew Toyota out of the water. You know how many TRD Camrys they're selling? They have no horsepower increase at all. TRD is literally just a body kit. It's just a body kit on a Camry and they sell it like hotcakes. You guys could have did the same thing with this car? If not better? I know you could have. I know you could have. You guys could be killing the four-door sports car market right now. The Toyota Camry is blowing y'all out the water. Okay? BMW with these M340s, they're blowing you out of the water, I feel like this car could have really been special. I feel like it really could have been something special, especially if it had the Nismo badge attached to it, man. Like, I feel like these guys just missed a huge mark with the opportunities that they had. Like, I still even think that the Maxima has the best interior of any Nissan ever created. Period, bro. Look at this. This is the best interior for any Nissan ever. And you guys completely missed the mark on your four-door sports car. You missed the mark so hard that you had to discontinue it. I don't understand. But you kept the Altima and added a VC turbo engine that nobody asked for. Nobody asked for new technology, variable compression. Nobody asked for that, bro. Y'all just think y'all know what we want. It's like y'all don't study the market. And it's like me personally, I don't understand it. I keep saying it every time. And I really am just flabbergasted that this is even a thing right now. That this right here, I'm shook that this is even like, I'm shook that I'm even reading this right now. Seriously. I mean, changes could have been made. Things could have been changed. Things could have been changed. You guys really missed the mark with this Maxima. I think this really could have been the one. I'm not going to say the one, but the one to throw a Nismo badge on over this. No, I got to pull it up again. Because this shit is crazy. Like, and it's like y'all did it twice. Like, you're laughing at us. You did it with the Juke, and now this. Bro, let Hyundai stick to that. Let Hyundai make the N SUV. Let Hyundai smack a N badge on every car. They're new to this shit. You feel me? You got this Nismo badge has been around forever. Why are you doing this? Why? I mean, seriously. And for the last thing that we're going to talk about, because I'm a victim to this, but I haven't fell victim to this yet, to this problem, but the CVT transmission. And I feel like that was really a technological breakthrough, because if y'all look at the science and how a CVT transmission works, it's actually a really, really like crazy good concept. It's just the fact that just like the VR30, it's underdeveloped. CVT transmissions are underdeveloped. And what's crazy is they knew that these transmissions were underdeveloped. And you wanna know what they did? Fuck it. They kept throwing them in every single car they had. Every car they had. Why? Imagine, my fault guys. Imagine this, right? VQ35, and you throw maybe a 6-speed auto, 7-speed auto in this car. Throw a little body kit on it, maybe add a little axle back exhaust, better suspension, throw a Nismo badge on it. It's selling like hotcakes. Literally, the formula is not hard. Like, I'll probably just save you guys business just by telling y'all the sauce. Y'all should be paying me it. Like, where's my check at? Like, and you guys, it's crazy because like, whenever you mention Nissan to a person or Infinity to a person, they're not going to name an SUV. They're going to name a car, a Maxima, a Altima. They're going to name maybe a truck, maybe a Frontier or a Titan or something like that. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any Nissan SUV names. Juke, I don't even know if they still make the Juke. You know what I mean? Like, I really am trying to think. And it's like you guys are getting rid of all your cars and bringing in the SUVs, bro. Nobody wants that. I'm sorry, but nobody wants that. And right now, I feel like vehicle modification and things like that are bigger than they've ever been. So why are you getting rid of models that people actually want? Why are you getting rid of models that people actually want? I mean, I don't get it, guys. Seriously. Now y'all tell me y'all couldn't have facelifted this and threw an IPL badge on it and a body kit and sold it like hotcakes, but instead you want to put Red Sport 400, bro. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about a Red Sport 400. And look, even this dude, it's like every video I click, it's like they're reading my mind. Look at the title of this dude's video. 2024 Infiniti Q50 Red Sport 400. An amazing car with a boring name. An amazing car with a boring name. Now, if you would have just called it Infiniti Q50 IPL, Infiniti Performance Line, it would have sold. It would have sold. You would have sold way more of these Red Sports. Way more of these Red Sports to enthusiasts. But the thing is, nobody knows what a Red Sport is. Nobody knows what a Red Sport means. You just came up with this out of nowhere thinking it'll appeal to US market. We don't care about Red Sport. We don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't know, guys. But I know I've been yapping and yapping forever. I just had to speak my mind on the situation because this definitely, shut up. Shut the hell up. But this right here should not be happening at all. I mean, seriously. The fact that I'm even reading this on a trusted site is wild. I feel like they just completely missed the mark, and they shot themselves in the foot. They really did this to themselves, and that's how I feel about it. So that's gonna conclude today's video. That's enough of me yapping. If y'all enjoyed today's video, if y'all enjoyed today's yap session, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to your boy's video. Make sure y'all share it as well. If you're new here, welcome to the channel, gang. We be having fun over here. If you're not new, welcome back. Welcome back. You feel me? Welcome back, gang. And yeah, it's been your humble host, Super Saiyan X. I love y'all, and I hope y'all love me too. I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace out.